Doctors, what is the worst condition you've ever seen a patient in? I had a patient walk in with her entire face covered in huge red pimples that almost looked like she got into a fight with a beehive. And the worst part was that she also looked about 45 at the sore age of 20. I couldn't even tell her anything kind about her appearance to cheer her up because I didn't have anything nice to say. When she saw the look on my face, she burst into tears and begged me to not judge her face either. According to her, she'd been bullied her entire life for being ugly, and she finally had enough when her classmates came to class with huge globs of red slime on their face so that they'd look just like their hero. She couldn't even participate in class because anytime she raised her hand everyone would laugh at her because the mere sight of her face was funny to them. And if things couldn't get worse for her, she went to 2 separate dermatologists, hoping one of them would finally give her the solution to clearing her acne, but they only made things worse. When she told me what they had recommended, all the red flags raised in my head. One of them recommended her to use retinol and AHAs because they are amazing for skin cell turnover, but they failed to mention that she shouldn't use them together because they are too irritating for the skin. The other one didn't take into account her skin type, so she was consistently using one product meant for dry skin and another meant for oily skin. Since a lot of people don't know their skin type, I always tell my patients that they can do a couple things to find out. One way is to hook your pointer finger and lightly run it across your lower cheek and down to your jawline. If you hear a noise and feel a bumpy texture where you don't have acne, then you have dry skin. Another way is to drag your finger down your nose, and if it's greasy, you have oily skin. The thing is, before you even think about using skincare products, you have to get the fundamentals down by first knowing how to properly clean and protect your skin. For my patients, I tend to recommend meditation, using lukewarm water to wash their face in the shower, and applying sunscreen before I even think about any formulation. This is because acne is often caused by stress, so meditating every day will easily release all the negative energy from our body. Most girls take scorching hot showers, which leads to dry skin, so it's best to use lukewarm water. And sunscreen is meant to protect every single skin type, and will clear the skin from acne by protecting it from UV rays, and decreasing the chances of breakouts when you go outside. This is very common among young people, and it's a shame because just applying sunscreen could clear most people's skin. So I told her that in order to see a change in her appearance, she would have to do these things every day, including applying sunscreen not just on sunny days because UV rays still penetrate windows and clouds, so her skin is always at risk of being damaged and breaking out. She said she'll take my advice and asked me what sunscreen she needed. I told her it had to be one without harsh chemicals in it because brands like Neutrogena and L'Oreal have octinoxate and oxybenzone.